We are T-minus 20 minutes until the event starts, so this room is about to be full in the next 20-30 minutes. We're gonna be walking everyone through the AI integration. This is day 1 of 5 for AI integration for the 1% Club. Right here is the one we've been gatekeeping for our ads and SEO. He generates Coconut tens of thousands of leads every single year. We have Cameron remote in Africa. Don't know how he has the Wi-Fi, but he does. I wanted to kick it off with one video, and the point of this workshop is not for like me to sit here and talk for 2 hours, because the most important thing is that you guys do this on your own, and we're here to help with any use cases, any roadblocks that you get set up in. And then at some point, I'm gonna have Zach share a little bit about how we've streamlined our ads with AI integration, and Jacob also, if you guys are interested in the creative space, like having videos just world-class edited, designed for you, Jacob is gonna do that for you guys. What gets me most excited about AI, and when I say excited, I mean like makes me wanna crap my pants and I get a little scared.
What other jobs will be available that aren't available now because of AI?
Well, AI is really still digital. Ultimately, AI can improve the productivity of humans who build things with their hands or do things with their hands, like literally welding, electrical work, plumbing, anything that's physically moving atoms, like cooking food or farming or like anything that's physical. Those jobs will exist for a much longer time. But anything that is digital, which is like just someone at a computer doing something, AI is going to take over those jobs like lightning.
Coding. Anything along those lines, yeah.
It's going to take over those jobs like lightning.
All I know is that I care about my family, my wife, my kids, my business, and I'm trying to do this 200 hours while trying to make payroll, sell franchises, visit franchisees. It's been wild. And so at the core of why I am so obsessed with AI, it just goes back to the original reason that most of us started a business, which was to hopefully to create a life that we wanted with more options. And if the only way to do that is to have a cash flowing business, I want to have any systems that help me create a cash flowing business. I just want to be of service for you guys. The more I get my team involved and bought in on this, and I take out the fear tactics of job loss, the better Coconut has been.
What's up, guys? From Salt Lake, Ogden area, landscaping. I need my hand held to get started, I think. Just integrating the agents.
Blake with Castle Floors. Same thing with JD. I think I just need my hand held on getting past the chat and simple projects phase. So like downloading code and all the terminal stuff, that's where I get lost.
Just understanding what can it exactly do. Pulling reports is great, but I want it to freaking work for me. How do you make agents? How do you integrate them? How do you get it into your CRM?
And I'd like to see how AI can take a lot off my plate so that I can focus more on generating or creating a great sales staff.
I'm Isaac with the Yard Experts, landscape maintenance. I'm just here because I have literally no idea how AI agents work, and I want to learn all about it because I've seen what it has done for Coconut.
Omar with Viscom Roofing and Restoration. I have no clue in regards to what the agents are and all that, so when I hear Evan speaking about it, I really want to get down to know how I can use them, see what it is about, what's the hype, and get ahead of the hype, learn everything that I can so that I can free up some time for all the tedious stuff.
I'm Andrew. I'm one of the directors for Stapley Action Garage Door. I have spent some time kind of linking it to our CRM, creating at least one agent to kind of come to this with the standpoint of the right questions to ask going forward, how to best use it now that it's integrated for us.
I'm Brennan Bodden. I don't like to talk like my brother.
This is Cameron's brother.
I'm just here basically for the overall picture, just to see how it is, how I can help direct my team on how they should create their agents, and basically just the overall picture.
I'm Josh with the plumber. When you talk about how the Google traffic is down, I want to really get it to help me dive into my customer base and remarket those customers because they're valuable. Reports and stuff like that, and just see what the agents can do for us.
My name's Brigham. I own a Big Pig Smart Lighting. For Evan, how you kind of balance where it's hey, I want to be able to get deep dive into it and know it enough to like know it, but it doesn't waste all your time. Take your I guess your focus away from the business and stuff like other stuff that matters. And then also the biggest thing is just how to get like my team to really understand it and want them to like learn it and do it like on their own, not just like me telling them to.
Hi there, I'm Amy with State 48 Roofing, representing Jason Payne, and we are here to try and figure out how to increase our profitability and possibly using these AI agents to kind of dig through our CRM to figure out where we can clean up our margins and increase our profitability, really.
My name is Mighty. Well, it's Maite, but everyone calls me Mighty. I'm with Omar with Viscom Contracting. Just kind of came on board recently, so trying to help him restructure and get things together and hopefully launch some new things.
My TISM is working for me. I get single tracked on projects, and I don't know if there's a night where I've gone to bed before 2 a.m. because like I just need to understand this and I want to apply it. And so I'd say as of last night, I had a long dialogue with Claude on like, okay, what is all this? A single token is 3/8 of a word. And we're not even gonna like finish the word because we understand where this is going because we've done this a billion times, right? It's like if you sit down with a technician and you're changing a spring on a garage, you're installing a water softener, it's easy for you. Now imagine if you were able to do that billions of times over, how much more simple it would be. But that's what AI is. So let's take your CRM. We have Field Routes, okay? Our lead CRM is not Field Routes, it's HubSpot. What Field Routes is doing and what HubSpot are doing are not connected. What connects them is an API. Now, the connection hasn't really mattered up until AI getting here, because if HubSpot connects to the CRM, it's like, well, you got to hire a programmer to like, hey, this is how you communicate. These are the core four that are like racing to be the choice. What this does is these guys will now speak to these different softwares on your behalf. So if you tell Claude, I want you to pull this report from our Field Routes, and I want you to marry the sales that are in Field Routes and the leads that came in to give me a more accurate throughput KPI, meaning throughput is total volume of qualified leads divided by sales service. If I have been relying for 9 years on someone to pull that, up until 4 months ago, I would show up to a report and I'd ask my wife, who was our CMO, I'd say, hey, how many leads did we get? And she'd say, oh, we got 110. And then I'd say, Bowden, who's our sales manager, how many leads we got? 102. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? Or what we did is we spent a week compiling all the reports that we pull. And more importantly, we made the report formula to my standard. Because if someone pulls a report without this little filter, that's why you're getting a different number. And human error is like, oh crap, I have my weekly presentation. I'm gonna pull the report so I can present numbers. We put all of our reports into Claude and we said, communicate with Field Routes and HubSpot. Make sure that all the leads that came in, I get an accurate throughput number for what was serviced, plus 90 other reports between 4 other softwares. And so now there's not a manager who has to pull a report. But then I was like, well, if they're pulling a report off of data input, do I have an SOP on how to input data to my standard to make sure that when it goes into a report? So now I have a data auditing agent that combs through customer cards that are created, make sure that there's 2 phone numbers, and make sure there's an email, there's an address, there's notes. And so every day there's a report that says, hey, you got 130 leads and 125 were opened. Why weren't these 5 opened? Oh, they came in between 9 and 11 o'clock at night. How did the 125 leads look? And I'm saying as if I'm talking to it, it's already doing it. It's just sending a report saying, here's your leads. Amanda worked 30, Bowden worked 50, Jaden worked 30, and this is how many sales came from it. Those sales do reflect in the CRM except for one. Oh, Jaden, I forgot to schedule that customer. So now it's streamlined data. That's just one use case, okay? Ray Dalio, Elon Musk, Tommy Mello, Cameron Bowden, all those guys are built into a single persona that when I want business advice, that persona will act inside of this single right here. If you go to chat, and then when you go to projects, and then you want to keep a topic isolated inside of a subject or inside of a project because it keeps the context of it. When you type in chat, it doesn't keep any of your data. It just forgets it. When you are working inside of Claude in chat and you have 25 projects like growth plan, P&L stabilization for cash flow, marketing plan, I keep all those isolated. And then I put a persona of someone as if I'm in the room, gratefully because of Cameron. I've had Tommy as my coach. We have Jeff Duden, who is our business partner. What was crazy is that I sent Jeff Duden a text. He's exited big in the franchise space. I said, hey, I hope this isn't invasive, but I had my Claude code scan the entire internet of all your videos, your books, your blogs, anytime you were interviewed, and it created your persona. And I have that as my franchising chairman. I sent him a screenshot of what it spit back to me, and he's like, I would agree that Vice is correct. And then I kept going. He called me, he's like, what is this? I said, is that how you would respond if I were to ask you that question? He's like, yes. How did it know to work with a smaller CPA because of, where you guys are at in your business? I wouldn't want you working with a larger, I'm like, it took your persona and everything about you, your website, and it made you as my persona giving me advice on a certain subject. Try to wrap your head around this. AI takes all the data and it becomes math, and all it does is predict what's next at a higher prediction of any human possible. What are its use cases? What do we do? Summarizing the entire Google Drive and what we do. I just wanted to reiterate this one little rule, guys. Anytime I have an employee that I say, hey, here's your Claude Max plan, here's the only rule, ask Claude.
I kept screenshotting what I was doing and saying, girl, show me how to fix this. I need your help. Dumb it down for me. Okay, I get this. Now do this. Just kept plugging it in, and it took me, it said, are you sure you don't want to stop? You've been at this for 13 hours.
But the biggest focus right now at Coconut right now is refining and standardizing data input. Anybody who touches the CRM and manipulates numbers has to have the exact way that a lead should be dispositioned, that a customer should be closed out, that a invoice should be sent. So we just wrapped up the 5th and final in-person workshop for AI integration. We had over 30 small business owners who want to integrate and get these agents working and taking tasks off their people's plate. So we learned AI integration, and AI integration done right goes back to your data. Data input, data SOPs, data integrity is the most important thing before you start AI integration. And what's really important is that you just get started. Start playing around with Claude, start trying to get agents taking off little tasks, and as you learn more about your business and learn how you need to SOP everything, you're gonna find yourself years ahead of the people that start next year. If you haven't felt like you've been able to have time getting into AI, or you feel like you are getting stuck at certain places, at Coconut Cleaning, we're just getting started. In fact, I have all my franchisees flying in today to learn how they can integrate AI in their business. So if you want to learn more, go to the Cleaner Standard Instagram, or you can go to my school and have direct access to me.